Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Goble, and this is the Family Rescue System. And today I'm going to talk about divorce grief. I've developed a model in conjunction with Omar Fattah, the co-founder of the Family Rescue System. Now, this model is based on Kubler-Ross's grief model, which was based on terminal illness. But what they found in the late 60s was that grief was also applicable to situations such as divorce. Now, we've taken this a step further and we put it into very clear stages that you go through post-divorce, you and your child, because this model is applicable to both parent and to child, because you both go through grief, you both go through a loss of lifestyle and enter into a new lifestyle, you transition. Now, if we look to the left, we can see the emotional response, and that has two extremes. At one extreme, you have acting in and passive behavior or passive emotions like sadness, like depression. That's when you feel that inwardly. And then you go to the other extreme of active emotional responses, when you act out, like aggression or like anger. These are clear examples of active emotional responses. And then you can see the red line. So there you are. Things were relatively stable before the divorce. Then the divorce came, and then you entered into chronic fear and instability because you were entering into the unknown. And then after that, things are still very raw for you. So there's shock and there's denial, because you like to avoid that pain because it's just too much. It's too overwhelming. And then you move into the anger phase. And here is where you become very angry about the situation and people involved in the situation. And then you've got guilt and pain, lots of guilt and lots of pain, and that can lead to depression and sadness. And as you come out of that cycle, then you've got action, when you take the bull by the hands and you literally pull yourself out of that instability and into a new, more stable life. And when you get to that point, you've reached a point of acceptance, where you've accepted your divorce, what's happened in the divorce, and you move on into your new life. You've fully transitioned into a new life. Okay, so that is basically the divorce grief cycle. And what I'm going to do is talk about each stage of the divorce grief cycle in more detail, so you can see where you are as a parent on that cycle and where your child is on that cycle. But before I do that, I just want to talk a little bit more about the grief cycle in general. So as you can see, around the action word there is a blue box, and that is basically the door out of that vicious cycle or the grief cycle. It's the exit. And then you can see a circle around the fear to depression stages. Now, what usually happens is we kind of we swing from or get stuck at certain stages within that cycle. So one moment we can be really sad and depressed, the next minute we can be really angry, or go right back to fear and instability and then back to depression. It's kind of like a roller coaster ride that spirals. Okay, so what we do at the Family Rescue System is help you get to that action point, that exit point, so you can get to acceptance as quickly as possible. Because we don't want you to get stuck in any of these divorce cycles, because it's a painful old process. And we want to help you get through that as quickly as we can through the Family Rescue System. That's basically what it does. So as I said, I'm going to talk about each stage in great detail so you can see where you are and where your child is on this grief cycle. Okay? That's it. Thank you.